Okay, this is going to be a response to one of the channels that I am subscribed to. Darren Chris Love, last night she made a video. She basically is really into Glee. She really loves the show. But there is some things that a lot of times, it seems like this season at least, she's doing a lot of rants. And she did a rant yesterday on something she was upset about. And I mainly agree with everything she said. The video is Glee is pulling a season 3 finale once again. Oh, spoilers, that's what it says. And basically what it is about is, I will talk about it, but basically she is getting very upset at some of the things, and I definitely agree with what she said, most of what she said, but I do have a few things that I want to point out. So, if you're watching this, Darren Chris Love, if I say something that I don't necessarily agree with you with, I'm not trying to be mean, I'm not trying to say you're wrong, I think that's your opinion, but there are some things I want to say. So for the most part, I really like this. Also, I was trying to comment on this, but I think commenting is not enough to talk about this video because I just had a lot to say and I had to do it in the video. So what I want to say basically, first off, is I really agreed with how she started off the video. Episode 19, she was very upset with episode 18, which I agree with. I want to start off first with saying Glee is getting very random this year. Like, the one problem I've been having with Glee this year is they have all these random episodes that I do not need to see. First of all, we didn't have to see, oh, my phone, sorry. We did not need to see Naked. We did not need to see anything with the school musical. We didn't really have to see. I mean, it was fun, but we didn't really have to see it. We did not have to see, let's see. We didn't have to see Diva, which was a great episode, but we didn't really have to see it. And we didn't have to see all the current episodes, which are just complete filler crap. And I hate it when Glee does this. Now, let me read you this thing for episode 18, Shooting Star. This episode is probably going to be one of the worst episodes of Glee by far. Just listen to this. It's not good at all. Okay, the plot of this episode. According to Brittany, an asteroid is coming and the world will end soon. When they hear a gunshot at school, panic will be the word. The episode will not feature New York City or New York City's side or people. There is a gunshot, which is not a joke and will not be treated as one, although no one will get hurt. It's a gunshot, not a school shooting. What the hell? What kind of an episode is that? You call that a good episode? That episode is complete filler crap. There's nothing in there. Nothing in there that's going to move this story forward. Why do we need to see this? Why do we need to see this? So yeah, I'm basically going to talk about what I feel about this. So she kind of talked about episode 19, though, which I will get into, but I want to first talk about what Glee has been getting wrong this year that she did not talk about. A couple things I want to elaborate on. First of all, there are a few things Glee should have not done this year. If they really wanted to do what she said, basically, her envision is that she was reading the comments on Tumblr and Twitter, and she said people are coming up with better storylines for Glee than the actual people making Glee, and I completely agree with that. First of all, but the New York stuff is perfect. See, they have been focusing so much on the New York stuff, which I love, that they don't even care about the school anymore, which really shows their lack of enthusiasm. I'm sure all the people who are writing, like, the school stuff is, like, Matthew Hodgson. Oh my god, he's terrible. He's writing the episode 18, and he is not a good writer. You guys need to fire him right away. Just fire him. I don't care about him. I don't like him. He is annoying, as can be. So basically, I think the first thing they got wrong was they should have never introduced new characters. Basically, what she said they should have done, like, they should focus more on the graduating seniors, meaning Tina, Blaine, Artie, Sam, and Brittany. Focus on those 5. Focus on the 5 of those, no one else except those 5. And the other thing that she said was that they should be, focusing on that, and they also should be apparently, the way this season's going to go, it looks like they're going to extend the school year, which is going to be a terrible idea. So let's count up all the strikes Glee's had this season. Strike 1 was introducing new characters. I love Marley. I like Kitty. I love Jake and Ryder. I love all of the new characters. I think they're great. They're really one-dimensional, and 2, they're just kind of repeated, but that's not important. Did we really have to introduce them this season when there are people graduating? Which is absolutely ridiculous to me that they had these new characters. So that's strike 1. Strike 2 for me was when they lost sectionals. At the time, I thought it was a fantastic idea. I thought, okay, Glee's getting a little deeper here with showing you can't win them all. And I love that Glee provides lessons. And in that episode, they provide a lot of lessons that don't give up. But then strike 3 was that they ended it way too soon. We should still be seeing their journey to get to regionals. Maybe they don't get to regionals. Move the hell on. It's just one sectional. It's not that big of a deal. So because you lose your choir room, it's not that big of a deal. Strike 4 for me. And I have a lot of strikes here. You can tell I have a lot of strikes. Strike 4 for me is, having them not have a regionals episode and focusing more on the new characters. And also strike 4 for me is not having a regionals episode yet. Strike 5 is the final straw. This is the final straw for me. Strike 5 is we're getting to episode 19, and these episodes are just getting more random. And I'm not going to read you episode 19 just yet. Those are big bullet points here. I have some big bullet points. So you basically said, and I'm talking to Darren Chris Love right now, she basically said that, when I say you, I'm talking to her. But basically you said how you think that they should focus less on the new characters, which I agree with. Why do we need to see these new characters when people are graduating? That's something that really pisses me off. That pisses me off right there. I mean, here's what Brian Murphy was thinking. Oh no, we're getting rid of all the good characters. We gotta get someone good to replace them. Let's not even care about Brittany, Tina, Blaine, Artie, and Sam. Well, let's care about Blaine, and we'll give Tina a storyline, but it has to be Blaine related. See, to Ryan Murphy, Blaine is the best character they have right now, which is not true. You have Sam. I'm just going to point out the 5 characters that are there that they could focus heavily on. They're not. The 4, at least. You have Tina, a very confident girl who could be doing a whole bunch of stuff, hasn't even brought up Mike Chain, and seems like she's completely forgotten about, and all she does this year is be a bitch. Artie, who is doing a film project, and we've heard about it, and yet there's nothing about him signing up to do anything for film. Sam, a impressionist who's really funny and also really is helping Blaine, but we haven't seen anything with him trying to figure out his future. And Brittany, who finally is starting to be on the right track, and we haven't seen anyone else help them. I agree with what Darren Chris Love said, where she said how they should have a whole episode where it's just those 5 seniors trying to see their college plans. And I definitely agree with that, because really what she basically said was that how we should see their college plans. We don't need to see these new characters. We don't need to see them go to regionals anymore. It's not even that important. At this point in the series, we need to see what these kids want to do for a living. Like, for example, I have some theories here on what could happen, but it's not going to happen. Blaine is trying to get into NYADA. He said NYADA. He mentioned NYADA in the Christmas episode. Bert asked him, what do you want to do in your life? I was thinking about applying to NYADA. Did they do that just so we could see Kurt's reaction? We should have seen Kurt mentor Blaine. And then, yeah, we should have seen Kurt mentor Blaine. That's what we should have seen. We should have seen Blaine calling up Kurt every night saying, hey Kurt, I heard you got into NYADA. How can I get into NYADA? Help me out here. We should have seen someone help Blaine. We should have seen his audition. We should have seen Blaine heading to New York that one episode to visit Carmen Thibodeau and visit Rachel and Kurt at NIADA and have him be a student one day and show him what it's like. But no. Let's not do that. Let's just focus on the new people. Tina, who has done nothing this year except be a bitch and fallen in love with Blaine. Tina, I think, would also go to NIADA probably. And she would be mentored by Rachel, and she and Blaine would both do the same thing. Because I agree, Tina and Blaine are very similar to Rachel and Kurt, but they're very similar and they're very not. But I feel like Tina would still go to NIADA. Artie could have like a film project thing going on where he has this film going on and he doesn't know what to do, so he submits it to maybe the South by Southwest Film Festival or the Tribeca Film Festival or one film festival, and throughout the season we see him trying to make this movie with these people in it. He mentioned this movie in the last episode. What was this movie? Where'd this come from? What movie are you talking about? We should have seen him making this movie and then submitting it to, whoever he wanted to give it to, and then seeing their feedback. Sam. Sam is really into impressions. They should have had Sam maybe go into stand-up comedy and maybe teach him how to be funny and stuff like that. We should have seen him go back to, somewhere where he can be funny. And we should have a big comedian guest star and help out Sam. And Brittany, who I feel should have gotten who was the biggest letdown for me last season. Last season, no one gave a crap about Brittany. People gave a crap about Puck, but no one gave a crap about Brittany. They didn't care about her passing, they didn't care about her grades, except for freaking Santana. Which, you go Santana, that's why she's one of my favorite characters. But Brittany here, really what we should have seen with Brittany was that she should have, how she's so dumb and everything. We should have seen what we saw in Brittany 2.0. We should have seen that. In Brittany 2.0, Will and Emma were helping her out with trying to go to college. We should have seen Brittany do all she can and have all the New Directions help her out with trying to go to college. Trying to show her, okay, Brittany, let's help you out with your SATs. Do what you did with Puck or with the girls. Maybe have Santana help her out. Maybe, put Brittany in a special education class. Do whatever you can to get Brittany to graduate. And none of this is happening. No, we're just going to focus on the new people. Well, take a look at episode 19. Now I'm going to basically talk about what she said. Okay. Here's the plot. When Mr. Shu decides the songs that they will perform at regional, the New Directions don't agree. And Marley writes an original song. And again, it says right here, this is not the regionals episode. Where is this regionals episode? When is it coming? Next year? The end of the season? What do these writers think they're doing? Marley writing an original song? Did Rachel and Quinn not write an original song not 2 seasons ago? Really, it was 2 seasons ago. It was in March that they wrote that episode. And, they wrote that song in March, so why are they having these repeated storylines? The other thing that she brought up that I don't agree with, now I'm going to talk about some of the stuff that she brought up that I don't agree with. Rachel and Finn, she said it's turning into the Finchel show again. No, it is not. May I remind you that Rachel and Finn have basically been apart all season, and they've only had 4 encounters. They've only had 3 encounters. 1 in the breakup, 1 in Glee, and 1 in I Do. Besides that, no encounters from Finn and Rachel. Well, they had a conversation in Swan Song, but that was something completely different. She's basically saying how Finn and Rachel are taking over the episode because basically we will find out who Finn's college roommate is, and Shelby is back to help Rachel with her Funny Girl audition, which I'm happy that they're focusing more on Rachel. We have not gotten a lot of Rachel this season. We got a lot of Rachel in the first 4 episodes, but after that, who cares about Rachel? Let's just put her in the middle with Kurt and have them be these 2 besties who I still love. They're still my favorite pair on Glee. They're still my favorite 2, they're still my favorite 2 people in all of television. They're still the best to watch, but at the same time, you know, we haven't really gotten a lot with Rachel. We've gotten a lot with this Funny Girl audition. Now they're finally bringing it up again. That's what I mean. I don't know what she's talking about. Where she says, where she basically says, oh, we're focusing a lot on Finn and Rachel. We've had a lot with Finn, yes, but not a lot with Finn and Rachel. I mean, really, it hasn't been a lot with the two of them. We've had a lot with Finn, but not with Rachel. And Ryan Murphy even said, Finn will have an incredible storyline. He has had an incredible storyline, and they gave it to him. So that's the one thing I don't agree with. And the only last thing I have to talk about is there are a couple things Glee got wrong, and I talked about those things Glee got wrong. But this episode just shouldn't be happening. They should have a regionals episode. Here's what I think they should have done for episode 19. Have them go to regionals episode 19. Episode 20, focus on just the seniors. Meaning Tina, Blaine, Artie, Sam, and Brittany. See what they want to do and do it in that episode. Have them not have a prom this year because maybe they don't have enough or they can't benefit from one, and because the Sadie Hawkins dance, they're not having a prom. Have them cancel the prom and have them focus on the seniors. Episode 20. Here's what they should do in episode 20. Episode 20, be a follow-up to that episode with them having their auditions, and it turns out they can go to the prom, so they go to the prom at the end of the episode. Episode 21. Now, here's where we're getting big here. Here's what should happen in episode 21. It should be senior ditch day, and Blaine and Tina go to visit Rachel and Kurt, and they mentor them in NIADA. Have that happen, and that's what should happen in episode 21. I mean, even have senior ditch day in episode 19 and 21. Wrap up everything. And 22 should, I think, if they really want to do this right, they should have had 22 be a little bit, have most of it in the future. Have the graduation sequence, have the graduation in episode 21. Here's a ballsy move. Have the graduation in episode 21, and then have them in the future in episode 22, and have the rest of the series in the future. It's a crazy idea, but they can do it. And what makes me so upset is Glee was so good last season, and now it sucks because of these new characters. These new characters should have came on the next season. Not this season, the next season. This season, they just need to focus on the seniors. I don't know why these new characters are here. They're boring as hell, and I like them, but they're not boring, but they're very repetitive, and you have these characters. I like these characters, but they're not necessarily needed right now. So that's basically just what I think of the video. I think for the most part, I agreed with her bullet points and how really the rank's just getting lazy and random. And I could give you a whole list of random episodes, but I'm going long here. So that's basically what I think of. I'll put the video response down below. Tell me what you guys think of her video. Do you agree with everything she said? And that's it for this video, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye!